the MOFA statement yesterday, they put out their entire statement saying that this is Indian media hysteria, these drones are not ours. None of what is happening is Pakistan's doing, and India is creating this pretext to try and attack us. All right, these are today's images. Let's try and see if there is any sound in these images as well. These are today's images from Jammu. Yep, very clearly those sounds can be heard. What do you make of this sound? All of yesterday, Jammu has been hearing this. What do you make of this?
Well, this is only bringing back memories of what we saw 1.5 years back when, Israel was attacked by Gaza, by, Hamas and others in Gaza, and similar kind of cheap rockets and drones were thrown at Tel Aviv and other places all across central Israel. So these are cheap tactics that the Pakistan army is adopting from Hamas's playbook.
Just to be clear, like Omar Abdullah said, this is not artillery fire. This in all likelihood is not even explosions which are being carried out by drones. This is in all likelihood India's air defense system.
It is 100% air defense system, just like it was yesterday. Firing has been reported, artillery has been reported, but I can confirm now artillery gunfire has been reported from the line of control and firing has been reported from the international border in Samba. We are trying to check from the BSF what's happening in Samba. We are also trying to check from the army what's happening in LOC, but LOC is confirmed ceasefire violation that's been happening ongoing for the last 15 days or so, ever since the Pahalgam terror attack. And in the international border, the context is that last night, Jaish-e-Mohammed terrorists tried to intrude. 7 to 8 of them were killed. There are visuals of how the engagement really happened. As a reaction to that, India also launched military strikes in a limited manner to target Pakistani posts and installations along the IB and the LOC. And right now, there is reports of firing in Samba again. We'll have to wait and watch what's happening, whether there was a fresh attempt by Jaish-e-Mohammed to intrude into India yet again. But thick and fast, very fluid movements happening in Jammu, Samba, all across the western sector of India. But there is preparation in hand by the Indian Armed Forces. They're very much prepared, the Indian Air Force and the entire technological prowess that we have right now, from air defense systems to everything in place, so that there is no civilian casualty or damage.
Tell me this, what do you make of this focus on the Jammu division? Even yesterday, most of the explosions, where the drones were going, it was all in the Jammu division. Why?
Well, overall in media, in national media and international media, there would be a bit of a monkey balancing, if I can use that word, and not tell people what the reality is. But from the perspective of the Pakistan army, especially when there's a jihadist like Asim Munir,
it's a Hindu majority area.
It's a Hindu majority area. I mean, the Hindus are living there. There's Vaishno Devi there. I mean, every year there are crores and crores of pilgrims that go to not just Vaishno Devi, but Shiv Khori, other places, and then Amarnath Yatra.
And there were reports yesterday that perhaps some of those drones were headed towards Vaishno Devi as well, towards Katra.
Of course, not just Vaishno Devi. Now, Pakistan tries to say that we are the angels who help and be with the Sikh community all across the world. But the reality is that the first target of the Pakistanis after Operation Sindoor was a Sikh family, was a Sikh Granthi, was a Gurdwara in Punch. And then they tried to launch...
And the missionary school.
And the missionary school. So, Christians and Hindus and Muslims and Sikhs, everybody. And then, Padmaja, which hasn't been debated much, they tried to send a missile to Amritsar. And there was a last minute blackout that happened at the Golden Temple. So missile is there. I mean, there is evidence. It's not just narrative building that's happening here in media.
Although the SGPC has officially contradicted that. The SGPC in Amritsar is saying none of that is true, but it is a fact that around Amritsar there were remnants of Pakistani drones that were found. Aditya.
100%. I mean, SGPC can say what they can, but the locals have reported, local media has reported, people who were at the Golden Temple have reported. There are videos that come out. It's similar to what's happening in Pakistan. The Pakistani government or the ISPR can say that nothing has happened, civilians have been attacked, etc. But when you see funerals happening of terrorist attack of Lashkar-e-Toiba and Jaish attending the funeral along with Pakistan army and visuals being played out by the citizens of Pakistan, what more proof do you need?
Okay, this seems to be an interesting detail. Drones are shot down in Samba already?
Yes, 100%. These drones in Samba as well as in Jammu have been shot down. The first barrage of rockets and these drones that came in have been completely shot down. That's the confirmation that we are receiving from the security top brass on ground. And of course, the locals know the drill already. That blackout has been initiated by the local administration. People have been advised to take shelter immediately. Do not panic. This is a regular exercise. Air Force and other security forces are there to help you.